What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. That's STEVEE the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to give you my first ever Smackdown live review. Oh boy, what a show yesterday! It drew in more viewers than it did, I think, since Smackdown has been back on Thursdays. I think that's apparent. I think everyone was looking forward to the draft and everything, and after all the hype that's been put into it. And boy, what is my personal feelings on the draft? My personal feeling is it was just okay. It wasn't
They sucked.
awesome. It wasn't awesome, but it didn't suck either. So, first problem I had with it, or rather didn't agree with, was the fact that they were just standing there at the podium and going, Raw selects Seth Rollins as the #1 draft pick. That's how professional sports do it. They stand there and they say, the New England Patriots select such and such from the University of such and such. The Philadelphia 76ers select such and such from such and such university. That's how sports does it. And I'm not saying they were wrong for going that route, but I just felt, at least personally, I felt like they should have did it like they did back a couple years ago, or not a couple years ago, when it was like kind of like a lottery kind of thing, where you just stick your hand in there and went, oh wow, we're getting such and such. Oh wow, I think that builds more suspense, so they can't go, oh man, I chose that person. Oh man, I chose it. It was like you really did not know where you were going. So I just thought that would add more suspense to it. But the way they did it was fine. I didn't care. I'm gonna just run down the list of that Raw chose and the list of people that SmackDown chose, okay? So, with the first overall pick, Monday Night Raw chose Seth Rollins. This really isn't a shock to anybody because we knew that Stephanie was going to choose Seth Rollins. That's her boy, that's her guy. That's who she believes in, and it does not surprise. The second pick they had was Charlotte. Again, not a surprise, not a shocking factor at all. I figured that she would go there as well. Now here we go, right here. The Raw's third pick, Finn Balor. That right there is some interesting things right there, because Finn Balor can do some interesting things on Raw. And later down on the list, you'll see why. So next, with their fourth pick, sorry, I keep messing up. They chose Roman Reigns, and right there, you automatically know Roman and Rollins on Raw and Dean Ambrose on SmackDown, which he is. That means right there that the WWE title, is going back to Monday Night Raw. If Vince really wanted to make Roman the guy, he would have kept Roman on SmackDown. Now, I know SmackDown's new and fresh and everything like that, but just hear me out for a second. If you keep Roman on Raw, he can obviously win the World Heavyweight Championship there, and Dean and Seth can fight over the WWE Championship. I love their past two matches they've had for the past 2 days. I thought they were great. I thought they were awesome, but I mean, that's just my opinion, and I really don't want Dean to lose the title. But that's what's going to happen. I bet you right now, Roman Reigns is going to hit that spear on Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins is going to capitalize, hit that pedigree, 1, 2, 3. The title goes back to Monday Night Raw. Just like that. And then Tuesday, that's when they say, well, we're here to compete with Raw, and we no longer have the World Championships. You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring back an old favorite of SmackDown. We're going to bring back the World Heavyweight Championship. And we're going to have a tournament. And the final two contestants will compete at SummerSlam. And whoever that is, whoever wins that match, will be your new World Heavyweight Champion. As for the Divas title, the tag team titles, the Intercontinental title, well, as for the tag team title and the Divas title, those two will switch back between brands. I think because that's the best option. Since they split up the tag team division and they split up the Divas division, I think that's the best thing to do, because I really don't think we should have another set of tag team and another women's belt or another Divas belt or whatever. I really don't think we should do that. So there's that. Then we had Lesnar, The New Day, Sami Zayn, Sasha Banks, Jericho, Rusev, Kevin Owens, Enzo and Cass, Luke Gallows and Anderson. Right there, Luke Gallows and Anderson. Finn Balor on Raw, AJ Styles on SmackDown, and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson on Raw. Wow. How much of a coincidence is that? Not much, because now you get Balor Club. Now Finn Balor can team up with Carl Anderson and them and Luke Gallows, and they can form Balor Club. And then obviously maybe like, since the next pay-per-view is SummerSlam, or maybe even Survivor Series, but they probably will save it for WrestleMania for AJ Styles versus Finn Balor to see who is the true leader of the club and everything like that. But I don't know how often the draft is, probably every couple of years. So, you know, if that's the case, then who knows. But alright, now here's the next one I have a problem with. They wasted a draft pick on the Big Show. And I'm not saying like it's a complete waste, because it's the Big Show. He can give veteran advice, and he can also lose to put some younger guys over. But to have the Big Show, I mean, he could have been used for the network pick. Kane was. We didn't have a problem with that. I mean, they could have easily have done something with that. I am excited for Nia Jax. I think somehow she's related to The Rock. Like, that's The Rock's cousin or niece or something like that. I'm not sure. I know she has something to do with The Rock. I can't remember right now. But I'll get back to you guys on that. Obviously, Neville's back, so I'm excited for him. He could be a great fit for the Cruiserweight Championship, or the Cruiserweight Division, I'm sorry. Since that's going to be exclusive to just Raw. So, you know, I think that will be awesome. And then they also wasted the pick on Sheamus. I mean, Sheamus is boring. Nobody cares about Sheamus, so yeah. Alright, so next, for the SmackDown picks, we got Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, John Cena, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, Becky Lynch, The Miz, Baron Corbin, American Alpha, Ziggler, Natalia, and Alberto Del Rio. Whew! Okay, so I would just like to say, I think the fact that Raw got 3 picks and SmackDown got 2 was just dumb. But I get it, they were doing it based on the hours, and since Raw is 3 hours and SmackDown's only 2, then okay, I get that. But that's really it about the show. I mean, the matches were, I guess, okay. I mean, I don't really care about Cena versus Luke Gallows. The match Jericho and Cesaro had was pretty good, as was the WWE Championship match. But again, that just proves my theory that Dean's going to lose the title Sunday, and Tyler's going to go back to Raw, thus bringing the World Championship back on SmackDown. The thing I was really hoping for the draft is they could really bring back some people, you know? People who've been rumored to have been contacted, like Kurt Angle and Shelton Benjamin and Carlito and Goldberg, and heck, I would have taken at least the Undertaker. Now, he's unsure, because we've been hearing rumors that, well, he wants to retire, that he's done, but we've also been hearing rumors that, you know, he's going to do the WrestleMania match with John Cena. So if he was going to do a match with John Cena, then you could at least drafted him to SmackDown. But you know what? That's cool. That's fine. It's whatever. So I guess he's the Undertaker. He'll just show up when he wants to in whatever show. But other than that, I mean, really bring some name brands back. But I guess they're just used for surprise entries, I guess. But other than that, I guess SmackDown was alright. Pretty good. Nothing really for me to talk about except the draft. The draft, like I said, I would have used the actual lottery instead of just standing here at the podium. But you know what? That's fine with me. I was excited. I'm happy. SmackDown Live shall be interesting. Monday Night Raw will be Monday Night Raw. And like you said, 2 pay-per-views a month. Again, I think that's kind of too much. But you know what? That's just me. But actually, it's not just me. I've talked to some people, and they also think that that's a little too much. But you know what? I'm fine, because I want to bring this information to you guys. I want to let you guys know, because I care about you guys, and I care about doing this. This right here. This is my kingdom. This is Vince's universe. But this is just my thing. This is what I love to do. It's what I love to watch. I've been watching since I was a kid. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm hardly ever wrong. Hardly ever wrong. So that's why you can trust me when I tell you these things like this. But that's about it. I am going to do another video today. So it's about something that Paul Heyman said. If you've been keeping up with him on his little YouTube show, Heyman Hustle. I don't really watch it, but he's been talking about the streak, and he said some very interesting things that I like to discuss with you guys. So until then, if you're not down with that, I've just got 2 words for you. Peace out. Sorry.